So your company needs a new product, or maybe you want to upgrade an existing product. How do you come up with ideas? Well, today we're going to dive into the exciting world of product ideation. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur with spreadsheets full of great ideas, or just a curious newcomer, this video will equip you with some powerful techniques to brainstorm killer product ideas. So grab your notepad, or set up your whiteboard, or if you're at a coffee shop, grab a pen and a napkin, because trust me, inspiration can strike anywhere. The first thing to do is define a problem. Great ideas solve real problems. They're not just shiny objects sitting on a shelf. They fill a gap, or make life easier, or spark joy. So before you get too far ahead of yourself with crazy solutions and expensive prototypes, figure out exactly what it is that is causing people to struggle. Here are some ways you can approach this. The first way is just to pay attention. Become an everyday observer. Open your eyes and look around. What everyday tasks could be made easier or more enjoyable? Does grocery shopping take too much time, or is it too difficult to chop vegetables? Maybe there's a way to streamline the process. The second way is talk to people. Now, you can conduct formal surveys or interviews to understand the needs and frustrations that people have, but casual conversation is often just as good as long as you're having the conversation on the right topics. Topics like what gave people a difficult time lately, or what keeps them up at night. Remember, sometimes the very best solutions come from simply listening. And a third way is to explore trends. What are people truly passionate about these days? Are there new needs arising from new technologies? Maybe there's a way to leverage those new technologies to create an entirely new experience for people. These are all great ways to identify some problems that people have that you could potentially solve. Once you've done that, then the next step is unleash your creativity. You do have some inner genius, trust me. Here are some ways to put it to work. You could try something called brainwriting. It's a pretty fun and collaborative technique. Simply write down your ideas on a piece of paper and then pass it on to somebody else who can then add on to the concept and then pass it on to somebody else, and so on and so forth. This process keeps building on everybody's ideas and can come up with some truly unique and often unexpected solutions. There's a method called SCAMPER that you can try. It involves asking a series of questions to identify new angles on your problem. So SCAMPER is an acronym: substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and rearrange. Can you substitute a boring product with something much better? Could you combine an existing product with something else to create a whole new product that serves a unique need? You can really let your imagination run wild with this one. You could try the random connections technique, which sometimes seems a little bit odd, but it actually can be quite effective. Just look at random objects or words and think about how they might be able to inspire solutions, like maybe a cup and a hat. Remember those hats with the cup holders on the sides and the straws? Seems like an odd product, but people bought them. For a while, you couldn't look into the stands at a sporting event and not see at least a few. Once you're happy with some ideas from your brainstorming techniques, then it's time to actually take some of them and refine them into something more tangible. Just start with some basic discussion. Share your ideas with others and get some general feedback. Could you combine concepts, or could your initial ideas be improved in some way? And then it's time to start thinking about what will this product look like. Sketch it out. Just start to doodle and figure out, does my product have any potential flaws, or are there ways to really get a good design? And you don't have to be an artist to do this, you just want a way to visualize what the product could look like. Once you have something you can see, don't be afraid to question your initial concept. At this point, it might be much more clear that there could be a better way to solve the problem. Maybe your initial idea could be expanded much further than you thought. Finally, it's time to evaluate and choose. Which one of those ideas is the diamond in the rough? Not all ideas are created equal, so try some of these things to figure out which product concept has the best potential. The first is to evaluate the market fit. Does your product solve a problem for a large enough audience? Is there a clear target market? Is this thing potentially going to sell for you? Next, is it feasible? Can you realistically make and sell this product profitably? Think about things like manufacturing costs, materials, production capabilities. If your production costs are too high, it's possible that that particular product might not be feasible for the market. You have to be able to produce something that your target audience will pay a particular price for, and you can still earn a profit. The next thing is to understand what your competitive advantage might be for that particular product. Is it able to stand out in the crowd, or is the market already saturated with things that solve the same problem? Could you incorporate unique features to help differentiate yourself? Then there's the passion factor. How passionate are you about the idea? Do you get excited about it? Because when it comes to physical products, it is a marathon, not a sprint, and you're going to need that passion to help fuel you through some of the challenges you're going to run into. Now, chances are you're probably going to have to go through these things a few times before you come up with a really good winning product idea. But once you do, you're ready to take action. You move from brainstorm to launch. You can develop a business plan to outline your strategy for taking your product to market, which should include marketing, sales, and financial projections. You're going to build a prototype, something people can actually look at and touch, a more polished version of your initial sketches that can be used to collect feedback from potential customers, or maybe more importantly, investors. And speaking of investors, depending on the size of your existing company and the project complexity, you might need to seek funding. And then you'll be well on your way. Now, this is a very high-level look at brainstorming new product ideas. Obviously, it's a lot more complex and time-consuming. Certainly with a little problem-solving, some creativity, and refinement, you're going to be in a very good position. And if you'd be interested in some training around this for your company to help it really stand out, well, we're partnered with a great organization that helps to do this. Just have a look at the link in the description below. The world needs your innovative solutions.